Right, so I've got a great little story to share. One of my old students came in. I haven't seen him for about 2 months. In the UAE, we've got Ramadan. Hours are a little bit funny, classes are shorter. Then we had holiday last week, so I haven't seen him for about 2 months. Dropped in to have a chat, and I was like, we sort of started talking about football. And then I sort of said to him, have you lost weight? And he goes, yeah, I have. And basically in the space of about 2 months, he's lost kind of 16. He's the same height as me, and he said he weighed about 85 kilos. He's now down to about 68, 69. Looked really well. You know, young guy, really smart, really switched on, fantastic English, really kind of very bright. And he said, I've just sort of been more careful with what I'm eating. So intermittent fasting, he'll wait to have lunch, just swapped 1 or 2 of his meals. He's eating a kind of healthier food. He said he's not changed a lot of things, just been more careful with how things have been cooked, not cooking in as much oil as before. He's cut out soft drinks from his diet, so when he goes out to get a drink, he will avoid sort of Coke or Pepsi, whatever he was drinking before. But it's incredible. 2 months looks a huge change. He was saying how he feels that if he eats like rubbish food, his skin's greasy, oily. He looked really, really well. And it's not been a huge change. It's just these little marginal gains, the marginal gains that I've talked about before. You know, you don't have to try and go on some sort of crash diet and work out for 2 months, 3 months. If you want to, you can. But I asked him, are you going to the gym very much? Are you doing much exercise? He goes, I go occasionally. He says, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not that keen on the gym. He goes, but he says, I've been quite careful with my steps. I make sure I walk 10,000. I usually do sort of, 10 to 15,000 every day. And he says, it makes a really big difference. And just little bits at a time. He's just sort of saying, I make sure I walk my steps every day, 10 to 15,000. And if I do that, it's been fantastic. So marginal gains, counting your steps. Think about these marginal gains, cooking, cutting out the amount of oil that you're using to cook with, cutting out some of the fatty foods, looking for a bit more salad, vegetables, low fat meat, some chicken, can't beat chicken and fish, that's what he was saying. Obviously eggs is a good thing to do. Now, I'm not a nutritionist. Cutting out junk food, sugary drinks, those things that if you can avoid those, you're going to feel a lot better. Fantastic. Have a great day, and think about marginal gains. Think about those small little changes that you can make to your own sort of life, your own routine. What can you add? What can you take out? Take care, all the best, and have a great day. Bye now.